Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of all ages, are you ready? You are on the right channel. I am a special guest on this channel, talking pop culture. I am the OmniBeau, and I have been here with Mark and Matt on talking pop culture. Let's go, guys!
Hey, that was great.
Thank you so much for that intro, mate. I absolutely love it. Every time I watch your show, I love it.
A hard-hitting question. How come when we're on top, we're standing on our heads, all the blood rushes to our head, but when we're on our feet, the blood doesn't rush all the way to our feet and we trip out?
Science.
Every week they get me with an answer.
Well, welcome, like Bo said, welcome to Talking Pop Culture Live, special edition with Bo here, OmniBeau. If you haven't done so, hit the subscribe button, enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. They've got a rebrand coming, so when that is all there, we'll get it all up for you guys, so you can go and subscribe to all of that as well. Guys, how are we today? Mark, how you been?
I'm good. I'm just got me Red Wings jersey. Season opener was yesterday and came away with the loss, but yeah, I'm pretty excited for hockey season this year, so thought I'd wear it.
Bo, how are you, mate?
Yeah,
for that.
Thrilled, mate. Absolutely great. I've got to admit, I'm usually not up this early on a weekend unless I'm getting paid, so this is different.
I'll get up early every weekday, so weekends for me, I'm up 6:30, no matter what. No matter what time I go to bed, I'm up at 6:30. All right, so let's just say hi to the chat. We got Miss Might. Happy Saturday, lads. Yes, it's a dark, grimy Saturday here in Melbourne for us, but it is going to be a happy day. We have Sean, TPC Brigade Assemble. I absolutely like that saying. I think we might have to get T-shirts for that. And we've got, I'm very bad at pronunciations, Ignacio Di Megillo. G'day, mate. Claudia Estrada Salado. Hey, how are ya? That sounds like a wrestling kind of name, you know. So, like usual, we'll have our weekly reads, what we read this week. We'll have our TV show or movie if you didn't watch a TV show. And then obviously we'll have the show and tell and our nostalgia. So with that being said, let's kick it off with this week's reads. All right, Mark, we'll let you go first, buddy. What did you read this week that you enjoyed?
Well, one of the books I read this week, so this is one I'll talk about, is Moon Knight, issue 3. I think issue 4 is due out in a couple more weeks now, but by Jed McKay. This is obviously the big showdown with Hunter's Moon, and we got teased in issue 2, the fight between Moon Knight and Hunter's Moon. And he's a really cool character. That's pretty cool design.
Yeah.
Basically, through most of it, it's just, it's a showdown, basically. He's trying to make Moon Knight on his side. So he's going to try and hurt him by hurting people that he's close to. And he sort of fights him off, I guess. And, it's just that simple showdown sort of issue. Not too much storyline to it or any big reveals. Too much to say. But, yeah, I really liked it, but the one issue I thought that the art in it is a little bit inconsistent. But I do feel it would be really hard to draw Moon Knight because his costume's so white and he's always out at night. So you sort of got to get the shades right. So if you're doing a fight sequence, there's too much white there. Sometimes you just don't know. I don't know what he's doing. Is he kicking or because it's just so much white there and you got to get the shades right. I reckon it'd be a really hard draw to do Moon Knight at night time, and that's all the time he fights at night time. So But other than that, like most of it, the art's good. Just a few times in the fight sequence, I didn't know what was going on just because of that art sometimes. But other than that, I really love this series and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, I just finished issue 2, so catching up. Just real quick, Nick, Lee called in sick. Well, not really called in sick. He must have had a big bender last night because he was in bed at 5:30. He messaged me this morning as I was getting up. He was going to sleep. So, unfortunately, Whack Comics Lee didn't join us because he had a late night. But he will be back again, I promise. Bo, what have you read that you enjoyed this week?
So a long time ago, I read volume 1 of this series, and I've been waiting to get volume 2 and 3. So I finally did, and I read them all. And that is Luther Strode. I don't know if you guys have read all of these volumes. No. So you've got The Strange Talent of Luther Strode, which is the first volume by Image. Then you've got the sequel, The Legend of Luther Strode.
Cool, that looks cool.
That's a nice cover, that one.
Yeah.
Then you've got the finale, The Legacy of Luther Strode. And this is a gory series. It is a lot of fun visually to read as well. It's about a guy that's like really thin and gets picked on at school, and he ends up getting one of those muscle ads from the comics. You know, do you want to be a man? And one of those.
Yeah.
And he ends up doing it, and it ends up being a secret thing that ends up making him huge, and he can see like the Flash almost, where the bodies how they're going to move and everything, and it makes him just this absolute killer. And you find out that it wasn't by chance that he got these powers and things, and it's really enjoyable. Like there's a lot of let's see if I can find something really quick here.
Is it a 3 volume? Is it? Is it 3 volumes?
3 volumes, yeah. And I swear, nearly every, it's like, look at this.
Whoa.
Oh, fuck.
Jeez. That's very gory.
Yeah.
Awesome.
One other one I'll show you.
I just received notification that the Luther Strode omnibus that I pre-ordered is on the way. Gotta love.
Oh, there's an omnibus.
Wow. If there's omnibus, it could be my first omnibus I could purchase.
Yeah.
I am going to have to get that.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It looks nice, that artwork.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's Justin Jordan and Trad Moore and Philippe Sobrero. So I highly recommend it.
Well, when Collector's Edge opens up, maybe he'll have it. Maybe I can pop in there and see, because I like those kind of stories and that gory.
Yeah, me too.
Now I'm going way off topic here with what I've read. I just received my comics yesterday, and on top of the list, I got all 4 covers. The first thing I'm going to read is Deathstroke, but
Ooh, that's a good cover.
That's wait till I show you in show and tell another cover. But what I've been reading this week, I'll get it up, and I've discovered, I know it's been around for millions of probably years, I've discovered the app Audible, where they read you books. Because when it comes to reading a book, not a comic, I'm really shit at. I can't do it. But the book that I've been reading this week is by Curtis Jackson. It's called Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter. It's a business kind of book where it, he explains how he became a successful entrepreneur, from being from the gutter to being, really rich. And he uses a lot of references from like how he got, how drug dealing pretty much is the same as a broadroom. Like he full on, the way he explains it all is amazing. But what I love about it is he gives you that motivation. Like, the first chapter is about people always fearing to take on something, like to start a business or to start an idea, because they're afraid it might fail, or they're afraid that, people might think differently of them, just fear that holds back people. And I've got a lot of ideas that I want to try, and I've always had that fear. And just reading this book, I'm like, screw it. All these ideas I've always thought of, I'm just going to take a crack at them. You know what I mean? And he explains how, the most successful people, like him, he uses his example, has failed more times than they have succeeded. It's just all those times they succeeded, they've been big times you know, like him buying the vitamin water and selling it to Coca-Cola. And man, it is an amazing book. Like, and what I love about it is it's him reading it to you. So you're more engaged. Like Audible, I've been told that it's always the people that wrote the book reading it to you, unless it's like a, you know, foreign country or something where it's different. But yeah, man, like it's very, if you're a person that has ideas and have fear of doing them and want to try to get your ideas out there, everyone watching, seriously, go and pick it up. The best thing as well about it is he doesn't use hard words for you to understand. You know, I'm a dropout of high school. Like, he uses terms and words that I can understand. So seriously, people, get on it. It's a great book. It came out last year. It's thick if you get the normal one, but here we go. It's what fear of failure and fear of success are equally crippling, but we learn more from failure. That is a beautiful quote. I don't know if you thought of that, mate, or if you've quoted someone, but that's what 50 Cent pretty much says in this book. It's just
every failure brings you closer towards success.
exactly. And then the second, like, I'm only up to the third chapter. The second chapter is about the hustle. Like, you know, when people say the word hustle, everyone automatically thinks drug dealing and that. And it's not. Like, he explains how you got to hustle out in the boardrooms and with your ideas. And now I'm up to the third chapter, which is constructing your crew, getting the right people around you, people you can trust. And man, honestly, pick up the book if you're a salesperson, a business person, you got ideas and plans, but you're just not too sure if you want to do them. Pick up this book, read it, and I promise you, it will G you up to do it. I've already started making some moves, and I hope that, we'll see what happens. I'm sure I heard something like that from somewhere. Well, it is a really good quote.
Sounds good.
Jump on it. That's what I read. Like, I got my comics yesterday. So next week, I'll be back with comic talk. I've got a massive stack. Like, it's funny, though, because for the first time, my comic shop forgot to give me my firepower, which I'm spewing out of all the books. It could have been Detective, because I don't give a shit about Detective. They could have forgot Detective, but forgetting bloody firepower bloody annoyed me. Yeah, that was my read. So we will get into what we have watched this week. All right, Bo, we'll let you go first, sir. What was it that you watched this week that you enjoyed? Movie or show?
I've been dying to watch Game of Thrones with my partner who had never watched it before. And we started watching it, and thank God she's really gotten into it. We've already came through the first season. We're up to the second one. And I've got to tell you, I've only ever watched the whole show once as it was coming out. And I don't know, have you guys seen Game of Thrones?
I got up to the season where she's in, it looks like Egypt, the dragon lady. What's her name?
Yep.
And there's all the slaves.
Yep.
And she frees all the slaves, I think. Is that what happens?
Yeah.
That's where I was up to, and I stopped watching.
Right, okay. Well, as you know, then there are so many characters in this show, and I don't think you'd realize how many characters are going to be important later down the track, that once you've actually watched the whole thing and you start it again, it really gives you a different perspective because, person A in the background that you see in a show one day, you know that they're going to be this, really important person later on. So I'm constantly turning around to my partner and I'm like, do you see that guy over there? You remember him because he's going to be important later. And I'm loving it. It's such a freaking great show, man. It's really amazing. So yeah, I've been digging my way through that.
No spoilers. I didn't mention. But good morning to Karina and good morning to Captain Sarah. And now Simple Simon has joined us. Good morning, Simo.
Good morning,
Simon. That nickname. Mark, what did you watch this week that caught your eye?
Well, I just watched it last night. I'm still, as every week, I always seem to put him on this show, what I watched this week. I'm still the sucker that watched the CW shows. So, unfortunately, I'm hanging on.
Still watch The Flash?
No, I'm not still watching The Flash, but I reckon when it comes out, season 7, I'll watch that. If it comes out on Stan, I'll probably watch it. It's only because it's not on a streaming service is why I'm not watching it. But The first episode of season 3, Batwoman, came out this week, so I watched that last night, and it's never really been that good. I don't know why I keep watching it, but this season opener is probably the best episode I've seen yet, and that's out of 2 seasons. So yeah, it had Mad Hatter in it, so it was pretty cool.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. It's a younger version, so it's a copycat, but he got the Mad Hatter hat. I think he looks like he's going to be a one and done, though, unfortunately. But yeah, he sort of mind controls people into killing themselves and stuff like that. So
You're copying it in the chat, but anyway.
Yeah. So I don't know why I keep doing it, but I do. I feel like I should, but yeah.
Supergirl's all right. Stargirl CW, or is that?
That good? Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I'm one of these people that watch absolutely everything to do with comics on shows, movies, whatever, like everything. And I've watched every single CW show religiously. But something happened this year or last year where I've still got them all saved on my Foxtel, Supergirl, Flash, whatever. But I just can't bring myself to watch them. They are such a struggle to watch. I remember you said, I think it was last week, Mark, about DC Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
That was the only one that I was still enjoying. It's so fun.
It is. The new season just started this week too, and I watched that last night too, and it was actually good. So I don't know. So
I don't like the only one I'm like Batgirl. Forget it. Like or Batwoman. Sorry, like I watched. Maybe if I just start at season 2. I don't know if I need to finish season 1.
Season 1's better than 2. 2 was terrible.
That's no good.
Really, I thought season 1 after 3 episodes was. I just couldn't. You know what I think? I hate Ruby Rose. I hate Ruby Rose. I think that's why I didn't enjoy it. I think if they had got another actress, I might have enjoyed it. But
this Riley's okay. She's okay. But same thing. Yeah, Ruby Rose is hard to watch.
Yeah,
her acting still lacks.
She was a fucking DJ. Forgive me. She was a DJ and Channel V, and now she's an actress. And she couldn't act in Orange is the New Black. Orange is the New Black, was it?
Yeah. And she's in one of the John Wicks.
Don't get me wrong, Sarah. She is good looking. I won't lie. Unfortunately, I think she's not interested in men. So, but she is good looking. I won't deny that. But yes, her acting is good.
I like her, but yeah, her acting's no good. But it did get better.
Karina, but I just don't. Her and Margot Robbie. I know they're Aussies. I hate them.
She has a good on-screen look, and I think that's what's gotten her where she is.
Yeah, and they're just hoping that she'll learn along the way of acting and stuff like that. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here for her to learn along the way. I wanted to know now. But, Also, fun fact of the Mad Hatter. My girlfriend told me this last night. Apparently, the term Mad Hatter was used because what happened is back 100 years ago when they used to make them, because it's fabric, and they used to put a shitload of glue on it. So the people that manufactured it, made it, because of the glue and the fumes, all went crazy.
Oh.
They all lost their shit. So they started calling that hat Mad Hatter because everybody went criminally insane after making the hats and that. So yeah, fun fact.
Wasn't
what
Mad Hatter and Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah. That's why they called it Mad Hatter and Alice in Wonderland as well, because apparently people that made it went insane.
You see, I think like with Legends of Tomorrow, I just stopped because and I don't think it was not that it was good. It was just that because I had so many shows, like Doom Patrol came out, Titans came out, and had so many other shows that because it wasn't as good as those, I stopped watching it. The Flash, I was just I try to force myself through the Flash, really try to force myself through the Flash, and he is my favorite character, and I have a very deep personal reason why he is. And it just, I couldn't see that. I couldn't take CW pissing on him anymore. Yeah. I'm a person that speaks my mind, and I know I'm going to cop a lot of hate for this. But as soon as Iris started taking the main lead, like she is the superhero, and that Flash can't function without her, just pissed me off. Because
I agree.
Superman and Lois does a perfect job. And because every time I say to people, like, "Oh, you're sexist," I'm like, "Hang on, go watch Superman and Lois. That's how it should be done." Lois have her own kind of thing. Superman have his kind of thing. They both work together. It's not,
There's
you
no
know, Lois
chemistry
being
in
better.
Flash. There's no
Yeah,
chemistry
nah.
between Superman and
None of the
Flash.
actors, none of them. Like, don't, because John was just snip, man. He was the best Flash. Like, man, I was loving it because he was on the show. But yeah, it's they
He's
really
on
dropped the ball with
Stargirl this
season.
week too, as Flash.
What's that?
Oh yeah, he
He's
is.
on-
I've seen that. I might have to watch
He's
that
on
episode.
Stargirl. Yeah,
Oh,
because they do a flashback episode to the Justice League of Society, and
I didn't
yeah,
watch Stargirl. I watched that opening scene in the first episode, which was amazing. It was really, really good. And I keep planning to go and watch it. But because I'm a Marvel guy, it's just a lot of DC characters that I just don't know enough about to really make me want to watch it, you know. But I will eventually.
Yep.
Well, my watch, sticking to the gangster side of things, BMF, man, Black Mafia Family, man. This show is just like this and Wu-Tang. I haven't watched the last 2 episodes of Titans because they've dropped the ball. But man, Hills season finale. Actually, you know what? I'll change it. I'm gonna say Hills season finale. I have to change it. I'll change it from Black. Yeah, Hills season finale again. It did something without pushing an agenda, without pushing. That is how it should be done. You know what I mean? Like if people watch Hills and that, people that don't watch Hills, you know what? I don't think anyone here watches Hills, do they? I think we're the only ones.
We do, yeah.
Man, when someone wins the title bout, I was like just screaming.
So happy.
I was so happy. I was so happy. And then the way that ended, like this show, it's amazing how it's about wrestling, but it's just so intriguing. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the wrestling side of it, but the story.
Sorry, I thought you were saying Hills.
Everyone thinks I say no. Hills.
Hills is amazing. Hills is fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you seen the season finale?
No, not yet. I've watched
Okay, I won't spoil it.
Episodes. And I keep pushing it on my mate Rod, Rocket Rod, because he's a wrestling fan too. But I think he's too busy and hasn't watched it yet. But I'm dying for him to watch it so I can talk to him about it.
Nah, you got it. Like Rotten Tomatoes has it 98%. IMDb has it like 9.5 or whatever. It's amazing, man.
It's really
like you don't have to be a wrestler. Guys in the chat, seriously, go watch it. If you're from Australia, it's on Stan, which means it's on Stars. If you're in America, watch it. You don't. I promise you. If I'm wrong, I'll give you all a prize. I'll give you all a prize. But don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. If I'm being honest. Don't enjoy it and say you didn't for a prize. That's how confident I am. That's like I tell these guys from America. I've been telling them, get on Firepower. If you don't like it, I'll buy it every month for you. Like I'm that. I'm confident when I recommend something. So get on Hills. You don't need to be a wrestling fan. It's got a beautiful story to it. Beautiful story.
And those two brothers are so good, man, from Vikings and Arrow. I love them.
Great.
Stephen Amell, he's just from
like
what he was in. What was that comedy? That rugby? You might know it. The Gridiron one, and what's his name? Blue State. Oh no.
Yeah, I know the one you mean though. Yeah.
And it had Aquaman. It had Hawk from Titans on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do know it. Yeah.
Anyone in chat knows it was on Netflix. It's a comedy one. It's an NFL one. Stephen Amell's in it, and that's what his like first kind of thing, and how he's progressed through that and Arrow. Oh.
He's on New Girl as well for a little bit. I just realized as well he was.
Blue State Mountain. That's it. I was getting there. Getting there. I was getting there. But Sarah, yeah, horror movies I used to love, but now with anxiety, I can't fucking watch it anymore. But yeah, wow. What we're up to? We're up to our. Gee, we'll have to have a little bit of a discussion at the end because we're flying through this. We're up to. I bloody didn't upload the show and tell video again. My bad. I'm having technical difficulties, so we'll do show and tell. You know what? I'll go first. I'll go first this time. I'm always making other people. But I said that I got Deathstroke. Now, I'm a massive, like, the Flash, number 1, Deathstroke, number 2. I might be the only person in Australia to have this variant. I'm not too sure because I don't know if a lot of comic book shops work together here in Australia. But I got this. It's called a team variant exclusive. I would love to take it. I'll have to go get gloves, but I would love to take it out of the package. But it's a foil.
Oh,
variant cover of Deathstroke issue 1. I know the light
Wow.
there's is shining, but at the back, like I pulled it out last night with the gloves because with these they get really fingerprints all over them.
Yeah.
At the back, it's got a signature by the artists and that, and it's beautiful. But I do not know if because apparently a team variant comic shops have to work together or something to get this variant. You have to buy a certain amount, like hundreds of them or something. Then not like a 1 in 100 or anything like that, but yeah, I tried to look on eBay. I tried to go on all the stores and all that, like King's Comics and all that, all their websites. No one had it. They've all got the 1 in 25 variant, which $50 I think is a bit too much. But yeah, that's
a
more
beautiful cover though.
Yeah, it's great.
I love it. The foil.
Look at
Look
that.
at that. Then I obviously got that cover, and then I got the first cover, which is on my top of my reading list. I didn't get the other cover because Deathstroke wasn't on it. It was
Black Canary, wasn't it?
Black Canary, yeah. Like I love Black Canary, love Black Canary, but with me, Deathstroke has to have Deathstroke. And then I think issue 3, I got the variant because it's got Deathstroke riding a unicorn. And it's just I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but oh man, it's shocking. Mark, New All or Nothing on Amazon is on Maple Leafs this year.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll have to watch that.
Your little rugby talk. Nicholas, foil you say, Bo.
Yeah,
It's ice hockey talk, that was.
So I might have to do a little hunt for that and see how lucky I am.
What, that one?
Yeah.
Jump on. You can see if my comic shop still has them in America, but that's where I got it from.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've been trying to search for it here in Australia. I can't find it. So, Drew, what are you doing here? Lee isn't. Yeah, maybe that's why they had a late night. They're having a bit of a phone talk. He won't be surprised visiting, unfortunately. He messaged me at 5:30 saying he's just going to bed. So sorry, Drew. Real sorry. All right, Mark, what do you got for show and tell this week, mate?
Well, I'll go in the theme, and as Drew pointed out too, an ice hockey theme, because as I said, season started yesterday. I was watching ice hockey shows this morning. So I got Jimmy Howard figurine.
I'll screen you for that one. That looks dope. Hang on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. I got this. I lived in Vancouver, Canada for 2 years. And I was a pretty big ice hockey fan then. So they have the Vancouver Canucks. So every time Detroit came to town, I'd always go to the games. And eventually I went to one game. It was 2009, 2010. So 2009, we went and our star goalie against the Canucks, Chris Osgood, his name is. He got like 3 goals against him in like the first 5 minutes, and it was brutal to watch. But hey, the crowd was loving it because I was in Vancouver. But then this rookie came on, Jimmy Howard, and came on and shut him out for the rest of the game. We ended up winning 4-3. There was no other goals by Vancouver. And I always remember that. And he ended up getting nominated for Rookie of the Year later on that season. And that's when this toy came out. So, and I got this. And Jimmy Howard ended up playing another 8 to 9 years with us as well. They always just, I don't know if he's ever seen much of Seinfeld.
Never watched it.
Yeah. You remember the Jimmy episode?
Yeah,
Don't
absolutely.
Jimmy? Yeah. The commentators always used to say that because there used to be a fight that broke out, and the commentators going, "Don't touch Jimmy! Jimmy's going for goals!" and stuff like that. It's like he's a third person. So I always found that funny. And also, too, this always stays beside my bedside table. It always has been, just for some reason, because it always reminded me as a motivation is when you get your moment, take your opportunity, and that's what Jimmy Howard did. You know, our star goalkeeper failed, and he got his chance, and he never let go of it. He ended up being our starter for the next 8 years and stuff like that. So it always reminded me of that. So it's got pretty cool sentiment for me as a motivation every morning to, once you get the opportunity, go for it. So, yeah.
I was going to say, saying the word Seinfeld is like summoning Candyman for Nicholas. I was waiting for a comment.
Mate, I'm sorry, Nick. I honestly am. Like, I've never watched it. Like, no, like I was a I think Seinfeld was around back then, but man, I'm not afraid to admit I was a Dawson's Creek, you know, Charmed. You know, I was one of those guys, mate. Like, Hey, if you wanted to get with the girls at school, you needed to know what was going on Dawson's Creek, Charm. They didn't care about Seinfeld. They didn't care about all those shows. You had to know all the soap operas, mate. So I was like, I won't lie, I rewatched One Tree Hill. That's one of my favorite shows of all time. I rewatched that not long ago. I'll tell you what, it just came on Netflix, Nick. I might jump on it. I might check it out.
It still holds
I
up
just
today.
watched Friends.
Like,
I've been watching the Friends, so I never watched Friends either.
Seinfeld's the greatest comedy that ever existed.
100% agree.
Well,
I'll Dawson's Creek song stuck in my head though. Thanks for that. I don't want to wait
for our lives to Sean and I can set off into the sunset since we haven't watched Seinfeld. I might.
You now.
I did watch Dawson's Creek. It came out, but I was Katie Holmes fan. So when I was young,
mate, I'm laughing at you for watching Dawson's Creek, but I got to admit, mate, I used to rock on with Melrose Place back in the day.
Yeah, Melrose Place, 90210 as well. Don't worry, I got an older sister, so she made me watch Melrose Place and 90210, but I decided to watch Dawson's Creek.
It was all that was on TV back then. It was all that was on TV back then. We didn't get the choice like we do now. So whatever was on TV is what we watched, sort of thing.
So we're doing what I'm damn sure. I never finished Dawson's Creek, so I don't know how it ended up because we didn't get the last season. I don't think.
Oh, didn't we?
Nah, I think it got axed from our shows.
Oh, okay.
We got axed from our channels, so we never got it. But yes, Katie Holmes, I was about to say disturbing behaviour.
Yeah.
Lick-worthy.
What about has you ever seen The Gift? She.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
I've only seen one scene in The Gift. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. We don't need to explain that one, but yeah.
Mate, has anybody seen
Passions? I've heard of it. What was that one?
That was an interesting show.
Yeah, very soap opera.
Yeah.
That was like kind of like Bold and the Beautiful in that, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it had like some magic elements to it as well. I think I remember like a talking doll and things like that.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Well, bro, it was your show and tell. Your show and tell time.
Yep. So I didn't know what to pick today. I was looking around my room and I decided to pick one of my favorite pieces. I've got a mate who lives down in Geelong. He runs his own little business, and I plan to have him on our show to interview him at some point. His name's Wee, and he's got his own business called Little Creatures. And if you ever look it up on Facebook, he's just got the most amazing statues, and he 3D prints all of this stuff, and he paints them all, and it's just phenomenal, man. Like, he has a Venom room that I would absolutely die for, because people that know me know I love Spider-Man and Venom. So anyway, I've given him like 2 or 3 things that I've always wanted him to make for me. And the first one that he made for me, because I don't know if do you guys read Venom?
Yes, Ronnie Cates, Venom.
Yeah. Well, when they introduced Venom with the wings, like that was like, I wanted everything with Venom with wings. I just loved it, you know. So he ended up making me this bad boy.
Oh, that looks really cool.
That is sick.
Yeah. So all 3D printed, all painted.
And there too. Cool.
Yeah.
Didn't even notice that.
I really want to get a 3D printer, man, but I wouldn't know how the frick it works.
Yeah, they're not cheap. I'd just rather pay him to do them for me, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
that's
like one of my prized possessions.
Cool.
Absolutely love it.
That is dope.
Yeah. And I've got a couple more off him as well, but that's my favorite.
3D printing, because I think my cousin's got one of those. Because I remember one time when Batman v Superman first came out, I wanted to dress up as the armored knight Batman.
Yeah,
and he was going to make me the master 3D printer, and I was like, I might get one. Yeah, but then the costs and that, I was like, yeah, all right, forget that.
Yeah,
but they're just sick because you can make anything, man.
Yeah.
Because I've seen them at like Comic Con and that, I was like, fuck. Because I want to, as corny and cheesy as it sounds, I want to make an action figure of myself. I really do.
I remember seeing a website where you could get that done, and I don't know
Yeah,
why.
pop. You can get the bobblehead thing.
No, not a bubblehead. This was an actual action figure that you could get done somewhere. And I don't think they shipped to Australia or something because, hey, I got to admit, I wanted one too. But I did end up getting a pop done. I called it OmniBeau, and it was just me, standing there like a pop.
Well, yeah, shameless plug, talking pop culture. Mark and I will be on Simple Simon tomorrow for a show and tell top 5. I've got 3 things. I'm still trying to find 2 more things, but I got 3. So we'll be on there tomorrow. I think it was 10 a.m. tomorrow, Australia time, which is exactly the same time around the world than what we are now. But yeah, we'll be on there for show and tell. Looking forward to that. All right, we're up to nostalgia. Jesus, we might have to have a little bit of wrestling talk after this. But nostalgia. All right, bro. Nostalgia. What have you got for us today?
So I really struggled with this, I've got to be honest, because only in the last few years have I been trying to rebuy all of my childhood, whether it be He-Man or Turtles or whatever. And it's a really slow process because all my money's going towards my omnibuses and things like that. I was going to bring that for the nostalgia, but I think we'll leave it for now. So I ended up picking up a cover that came out in the 90s. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to show it. Here we go. This is an exclusive, not an exclusive, but a variant Venom Lethal Protector #1 gold variant. It was something that I always wanted because when I was a kid and I had my pile of comics, the first pile of comics that I ever read, Venom #1 was in it. And when I saw this version, I just always wanted it. But it was always too expensive for me. But then they invented a thing called Afterpay. And that worked with me.
Lifesaver.
Well, without Afterpay, I wouldn't have been able to grab this. So I'm a big supporter of it. Because it's not cheap, man. It's not cheap. And then on the back, you got that.
How much is Halo? Did you buy it as a Halo graded?
No, I ended up buying it raw off eBay.
How much, if you don't mind me asking, is a Halo? How much do they charge? A lot?
Yeah, well, they used to be somewhere between $40 and $50 each, but recently they're now closer to $60, $65 each. So it's gone up. It's not a cheap endeavor anymore, which is a shame because I've got like a stack of comics I want to slab, but now I've actually found a cheaper alternative, and that is if you don't want them graded, but you just want them protected in something. There's a place you should look up called Comic Preserver Haven. I don't know if I got that name right. Preserver Haven. And for $15, you can get your comic in, I don't want to say slab because, again, it's not graded. Actually, I've got it right behind me. One sec. There you go. This thing. So, So you print out your own label, which it's really hard to see with that shine.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just like, it's a semi-hard case. But for $15...
Keeps it good, nice and clean, Does the job.
Absolute bargain.
Yeah.
And you can't even, don't get me wrong, if you really went to do it, you could probably bend it. But on average, so I'm gonna start getting all the ones that I don't care about getting graded, but just want protected in these.
Well, I might have to Google that and venture into that stuff. But Claudia here wants you to show your cat, Mark.
Yeah, she's asleep on my lap. She might get a bit upset if I pick her up. Yep, she is. There we are. Hello. Oh, I woke her up. She doesn't like it. Now she's going to go nuts for a while.
What's your nostalgia this week, Mark?
Well, I was the same. I didn't really come up with too much, but I guess I can go with Super Mario Kart. So that was always. I had a friend back in my primary school days his parents only let him play with his Super Nintendo on school holidays. So school holidays time, bust out the Super Nintendo and would play all the time, just Mario Kart. That's the only game we played. And it was always a big rivalry between me and 3 other mates and stuff like that. And we actually made like a trophy. So you'd hold on to it until the next school holidays. And you talk shit about it. So who did you guys ever play it? Yeah?
Yeah.
Mario Kart.
Yeah. Who was your favourite to go as?
Toad.
Let's hear it.
Who was
Mine's
yours?
Toad.
Yeah, the mushroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was mine actually too.
I think it was the fastest.
It was Toad and the other. Who was the one that had the little shell? The little
K. It was like the brown one with the
No.
Yeah, right.
Kate. What was it?
Come on, someone in the chat give.
Someone in the chat will know it. I'm sure you've got Google at your fingertips right now. Who was it?
He had the same ability as Toad. Yeah.
I think it started with K. Toad is hacks. Toad all day.
Yeah. I always used to, because my mate always used to get Toad or something like that. So I always used to either go Yoshi, who always could get off to a good start. And if you crashed, he was pretty good.
Dry Bones was the skeleton guy, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, who was someone in the chat? Google who the freaking one with the green shell on his back. What was his name?
It's not Bowser. It's not Bowser. It was the smaller version. So
another flying Nick would know. Where are you, man?
So there was Donkey Kong and Bowser that no one ever went because they were always slow, but they had the best top speed.
Yes, he's a skeleton guy. Yeah, no, I went Toad or who was Yoshi was the other one.
Yeah, Yoshi.
Hooper Trooper. There we go. I knew it started with a K.
Yeah, there we go.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Hooper Trooper.
That was always a popular one to go because he had the same ability as Toad. So
Do you remember? Did you ever get it on Nintendo 64?
Yeah.
Do you remember Warriors Racetrack? You could jump over the hill. There's a glitch. You could go over the one of the bumps and you double tap the jump and it jumps over and you pretty much do a whole lap. You used to kill people. I used to be a little bit of a hustler back in the days and people, BG America, sweet. And they wouldn't know about that hack and bang. Pay up, boy. Pay up.
I played that on the Super Nintendo Christmas breakup. We went to Baronica, which is a bar of all the games, and you can hire out a booth. There's a Super Nintendo there, and we played that Mario Kart while having a few beers in our Christmas breakup. It was quite good.
Yeah.
I remember how, I forgot how hard it is. You lose control real easy. I used to be always top speed, go around the corner. I didn't used to skid on it.
You've always got people standing behind the cars, just sitting there with their drink, just waiting. Can you get out of the chair? It's my go. But everyone's still
Now, because we're talking about nostalgia, and I'm sorry, only the Aussie people are going to know this, and I think we've only got Aussies in the chat. Do you remember talking about Mario Kart? And this is the best show, and I applied for it and everything. Amazing. Do you remember that show? And then there was a segment where they had to play Mario, and whoever collected the most coins on Mario Kart won.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And they had to collect the keys. They had to go through the maze and that.
Yeah. That's going back.
That was the best. I used to love it. We used to set up obstacles in our backyard and do it.
It was on Saturday morning, wasn't it?
Sorry?
It was on Saturday morning, wasn't it? Is it Saturday morning?
Saturday morning?
Or after school? No? Maybe it was after school.
I think it might have been after school, I think. I can't really remember. But, well, everyone watching it. Sweet. So, it was a very popular show. But,
I wanted to be on that show.
That and what was the other one? The one Gladiator. Volcano.
Yeah.
Volcano was my favorite.
Yeah.
Double Dare. No, Double Dare, man. Now that is going back. I was in the.
Which one was Double Dare? I remember Who Dares Wins. Which one was Double Dare?
Double Dare was it was a kids game show where you'd have to dare, double dare, and what was the other one, Simon? It was dare, double dare, and triple dare. I don't remember, but
I remember that one.
love that show. I remember being at a holiday program for the holidays, and we got to be in the audience for that one day, and that was cool. Physical challenge, that's right.
What a name for a TV show.
Yeah, you dare or physical challenge. When you go physical challenge, the crowd would go nuts. Physical challenge.
Yeah.
Actually, now that sounds familiar. Did they have to stand on squares?
Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah.
I didn't really get into that one, but I remember watching it coming home. I remember that one.
For a little bit of the
See,
older
they don't, you know what I mean? They don't have things like that anymore, man. That's what it's so, you know what I mean? Like, we had the best, and I know, Sarah, I know you're a lot younger, you might debate this, but we had the best childhood. We had the transition from no internet to internet.
Yeah.
So we knew what it was like to not have the internet. But you know what I mean? So like if the internet goes down for us, like we know it's not the end of the world. Like we know you can go outside and do something. 40-40. Who did you ever play 40-40 as kids? You know, have the pole and say 40-40 I see. Man, this is my nostalgia talk. Games and shows.
Games and TV shows as growing up, yeah.
And at Brandy at school, we had to throw the tennis ball at each other.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Brandy. Yeah, I used to play that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all the generation that started down ball.
Down ball, yeah.
Four square, we had the King, Jack. What was it? The King, Queen, Jack, and Dunnies?
I don't remember. I remember four square, but I don't remember.
Yeah, four square. We called like who was the main? The main square was the King. Then there was the Queen. Then there was the Jack, and then there was the Dunnies. If you lost in Dunnies, you got kicked out, and the next person came in. If you beat the King, if the King like made a foul, it'd switch. Like he'd go to the Dunnies, and then the Queen goes to King. That's how we used to play it.
Yeah, that was dunce.
Oh, it was a dunce.
Yeah,
we called it dunce, mate. Maybe I got it wrong, but Dunny, I've maybe heard wrong my whole life.
No, I think I should have been hanging out with Simon when I was a kid. He seems to know everything that I know.
Nah, Dunny, Drew, it must have been a turf war, suburbs.
I don't think that one ever made it all the way back to Rochester. I've never heard of it.
Must have been like a western suburb kind of.
Baby.
Dunce towns to upper class. We call it Dunny.
Rochie Primary School are probably just getting it right now.
Well, I see now we used to play with tennis balls, working at Rebel Sport, and I tell you, it's the number one seller at Rebel Sport. If you guys want to know, the number one seller at Rebel Sport, I'm not there anymore, is those bounce balls, those high bounce balls.
Oh yeah,
and that's what the kids play with these days. They play down ball with that, and it's like, nah, man, we play with a tennis ball.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how you'd play it with those balls. I don't think
they bounce.
Like playing squash.
And did you used to call that real low hard shot a thunderbolt shot, or was that just another thing that we made probably up at school?
Yeah.
Well, we're having a debate here, dunce or dunnies.
Yeah, I think East versus West.
We've started something there.
It's a turf war.
But yeah, and marbles. Oh, marbles. Did you ever do the marbles at school?
Not really.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, not really.
Man, we were huge at school. The basketball courts, man, hundreds of people. I remember I used to get the shoe box. And say, I was a hustler. Like, I had that hustler's ambition. And I would make sure when I cut the shoe box and you got the little hole and it says, if you get it through here, you get 4 balls or 1 balls, you win that. I'd make sure that there's just a little bit at the bottom. So when the ball was going in, it'd hit it and not go in. But thank you very much. I used to put a bit of glue when you had the big toms, I think they were called, the big ones. We used to put a bit of glue and they used to hit it. It didn't move. It's got to move. It just bounced off.
Seems like there's a fine line with you between hustling and cheating.
Bro, I used to have that. I used to click that many marbles.
You read my mind, Mark.
I went to the same school as Nick, and my mates called it dunce spot. Okay, well,
I'm just going to have to take your word for it.
Saying dunnies, and you've got you saying dunce, so
flicking footy cards. What was that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
I remember collecting footy cards, not flicking.
Yeah, we had Pokemon cards. We had the start of the Pokemon cards.
No, I never got into that.
And then Nicholas, in high school, we made soccer square, which involved 2 sets of 4 squares and a soccer ball. Who'd have guessed?
So it's not just a clever name.
Us Europeans to trade everything that has Europeans and South Americans. It's always got to have soccer. Me, Mike, your friend was wrong. Okay, well, you guys, I don't want to start. I don't want to start any fights here, please.
That's a good one.
Let's just say it was called dunce and it was called dunnies.
Yeah, 2 words for it.
All right, there's 2 words for it. But
Next, I'll be saying, is it tag or is it
Tiggy?
Tiggy, yeah.
It's Tiggy. Oh, I'm gonna fight people on that one, and it's not tag. It's Tiggy.
I called it Tiggy.
Yeah. I've never heard people call it tag apart from like TV.
It was
and the movie. Yeah.
It was like
We never played that one at school.
Yeah, so
I do kind of remember something similar to that, but yeah, I wouldn't gamble my footy cards. No way.
No, we had turf war, mate. Western Suburb boy, Taylor's Lakes Primary School. Oh, we had turf wars there. No, we had some good fights. That is those days.
yeah.
You're wrong. No one's wrong. All right, everyone has an opinion, and everyone's opinion is right. Okay, that's how we roll here. And it's Tiggy. It is Tiggy.
But when you got old for it, you called it tag.
Well, no one's called it. No one's called it tag. So, like, it was Tiggy, but when you got too old for it, tried to call it tag. I'm with you, Simon. Play it all the time. You get the card back with one corner bent. I never played the card that one. Never played it. We just had marbles, tag. Obviously played, football, soccer, basketball, brandy until people started getting bloody injured. Then I'm pretty sure brandy got banned at our school. And I was trying to explain to because I got my girlfriend here as well. I don't know if anyone else did this at high school, so at primary school, because now I'm spinning out because she reckons it's like the most stupidest thing. Do you remember? Did you just have to go to like school for your push bike? There was a school and it had like a stop track, or was I just? Nope. Is this a dream that I lived in my life? Like we went to a place and there's a course and it would have a red light and you have to stop on your push bike. It was like a training school. A training school for bike riding.
A driver's ed for bicycles.
A driver's ed, for push bikes.
No, can't
say
we
did. Do that. No.
We don't even have that for cars in Rochi.
I just can't remember. Like, I swear we did something like that at school. Traffic school. That was it. It was that, wasn't it?
There you go.
There you go.
Well, there we go. Because I was talking to Miss because she's obviously never driven a car in her life, and I was just explaining to her how I'll take her out once COVID finishes. I can hopefully the feds aren't listening. Just take her out to some paddock and get her in the car to drive around. And then I was like, oh, did you in your country have to get your license? Traffic school is what obviously now we can call it. She looked at me like, what? Learning traffic for bloody push bikes? Oh, there we go. Well, that was our nostalgia section, which was good fun. Got the chat still rolling here, so
we definitely got the chat going.
Traffic schools. Oh, sweet. So I remember there was one kid, and I felt so sorry for him. And this is where I wish bullying. See ya, Sean. Take care, mate. This is you guys are in freedom. Yeah, you're out of lockdown. We're still fucking locked up for a bit. I remember one kid, it was grade 6. You had to bring we did that traffic school kind of thing at school where you got to ride your bike and he still had the training wheels on his bike. Oh, mate, did that poor kid in grade 6 cop a lot of heat.
Oh, yeah, he would have been destroyed.
He cop a lot of heat. Felt sorry for him, but like I was good mates with him because he had Prince of Persia on the computer. I don't know if you guys ever played Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Yeah, because I didn't have a PC back then and I just was his friend because I could play Prince of Persia. I would stick people their marbles and I'd also be friends so I could play their Prince of Persia. So did they still do traffic school while you were at school, Sarah? I'm not trying to make you sound like a little baby, but because I think you were 22, 21, 22, 21. So they didn't do it. My brother at school, they didn't do it for him. I was the only kid with training wheels. Maybe it was you, Simon, at my school. No, it wasn't. His name was Thomas. So I remember him. He lived like 6 doors down from me.
Yeah,
So
kids.
they,
Very mean, yeah.
yes, the bike. Yeah, so they still did it at school. That was funny.
Yeah, I've
It was
never heard of
grade
that.
3 or 4 for us. And on the last day, the teacher took off the training wheels and I couldn't ride.
You keep at it.
God, I'm actually, because my work, we're moving. So in about 4 weeks, we finally leave from Preston to Tullamarine. And where we're going, it's like, it could be a 5-minute, 10-minute push bike ride. So I might buy a push bike. Haven't ridden one for a very, very long time. So Claudia said she went to traffic school as well. I was in primary school 04 to 011. Man, I dropped out of high school in 03. That was year 11. Fuck.
I graduated. Well, didn't graduate, but my last year of high school would have been 99.
Yeah, mine was 2000. My last year.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are older than me. Sweet. So I'm the baby.
Yeah, looks like it.
I was 2003. High school, we had actual driving school at the racetracks, again, with the setup courses to go through. When the instructor found out I actually had my L's, he took us on the main road. That was the most nervous day, man, going for your L's. Born in 99. Fuck.
Wow. Mate, I even work with people that turn around and tell me that they're born in like 2002, and I'm like, what?
That's so hard to take in.
Yeah, that was my problem working at Rebel Sport. Like, I had like one of my good mates at Rebel Sport was like a 15-year-old, and I was like 33 at the time because I left 2 years ago, and like it just used to spin me out. So I talked to him about things that, you know, like from my era, and he'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, it's just so weird. Like and then you start to think, "Fuck, I'm getting old, man."
And I had a kid the other day that told me he didn't even know what Y2K was. I had no idea.
I remember that New Year's. I ran outside to see. As soon as it hit midnight, I ran outside to see if any planes were going to fall out of the sky.
Yeah, do you know what it's like? Do you know what it's like turning around to a young man and describing what Y2K is, and he's looking at you like you're making something up?
Like you should have a tinfoil cap or something.
Yeah. Like, is this for real, Bo? I'm like, mate, go on Google, you dumb nut.
Should know this stuff. It's history.
And but his excuse was, but that happened before I was born. Why would I need to know that? I'm like, dude, World War II happened before I was born, but I know about that.
Yeah.
History is the best. You got it. Like, I'm one of those. I'm hoping Sarah's joking it.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Well, if Y2K happened, you would have been in trouble because being 1 year old, you would have been very young. But yeah, it's this day and age now. It's different. It's completely different. That's why I say to everyone, like, we grew up, we had the best generation. We knew what it was like without social media, without internet. You know, they don't know the joys of, Mum, get off the phone so I can get on the bloody internet. You know, you have to plug the phone in, you know, the dial up, like.
Simon's comment on.
Who cares about
what? Break the walls down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mate, you know what? We are gonna do a wrestling video, us three, and talk about wrestling for you people that do like wrestling. Because I know
ECW one, yep.
I'm thinking we're just gonna do. It might go for a while. So what my plan is, I'm gonna break it up. You know, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and we're just gonna go through WWE or WWF back then, WCW, ECW. We'll even go TNA and AEW. We're just gonna talk. We're going to do a big talk about wrestling. So if you are a wrestling fan, keep an eye out for that.
We'll have to get Rod on.
Hey?
We'll have to get Rocket Rod to join us as well.
Yeah. We'll have to get him as well. We might message him now, see if we can, because I've got to go visit Mama Bear, my mummy. But we'll see if we can get him on and we can do a video on wrestling because I reckon it'd be good fun. But yeah, thanks everyone for the chat. It's heaps good. We're buzzing. We nearly started a war between Dunnies and Dunts. I'm going to be asking people this week now when I see them, did you call it Dunnies or Dunts? Tiggy, everyone called it Tiggy. So yeah, we learned a lot today. So Bo, when can people expect the new give yourself a bit of a plug. When can they expect the new
The
New
new name,
logo.
logo,
New
the
channel, the
everything.
new
We're on
brand?
the CD. Come on.
Do you
Well,
have
I have my partner Claudia that's been chatting in here. She's working on the logo. We had a few mock-ups done yesterday in our group chat. We've already decided on a name, obviously, but once the logo is done, it better be done this week. No offense, Claudia, you're on the ball there. It'll be this coming Monday. This coming Monday for the live stream, we're going to announce it and unveil it to the world.
Oh.
The world.
Now we're excited. Can't wait. It's been a blast, meeting, Simon and Sarah and Lee, who's not with us, Drew, and all you guys at AOC. And man, once we open up, because a lot of us are from Melbourne, I think there's about 8 or 9 of us. I can't wait that we open up. We all meet up. We all go on a big hike and just go from shop to shop.
Comic crawl.
I'm sure the community will like, the comic shops will like that as well.
Fit in a few pubs in there too.
Sorry, pub, yeah, pub's halfway.
A few pubs in there.
Point. After it hits 12 o'clock, mate. Or well, you know what? It's beer o'clock any time around the world. But
the later the show.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. We definitely got to do that. We've got it. Comic crawl. That's it. The comic crawl. Spend all our money. I'm only going to buy one thing from each shop. I'm not going to be buying.
Yeah.
I'm going to limit myself one thing from one shop. Unless if we do the pop culture in Geelong, I've never been there. I might buy a couple things because I've been shopping on their site. But yeah, I reckon we do it. And for lunch, we'll stop at a pub wherever we are, what area. Lunch, sit at a pub, have a Palmer, have a beer or two.
Tell them to put on ECW.
I already said I'll be one of the Deso drivers. I'm happy to drive 1 carload, so I'm happy to do that. So it limits me only 2 beers, maybe 3, but we'll see what happens. But everyone, thanks for tuning in. Mark, thank you again for coming. Bo, as always, thank you. Everyone in the chat, thank you. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button. Once we hit that 400 subscribers, gonna give a giveaway. I'm gonna do a video this week for another comic community because I've decided every month, once a month, I'm gonna give out a prize to random people that keep participating in these videos, keep, growing the community, keep, doing all that stuff and supporting it. So every month I'm going to do random giveaways to people. So, I want to give to people. I'm not going to ask people to subscribe, and I'm not going to start a thing where you pay $6 a month to get some freaking tag or some shit like that. Nah. You guys, I'm going to give to you guys. So that's the plan. So share the word, get people in. Let's grow a community. Like I said, I want to do this. I want people to be able to experience what we're experiencing. Like all going to meet up, catch up. If we got 4 or 5 people from Sydney in the same city, maybe they can do this thing, catch up, do that. That's the plan. Grow a cool community. Yeah. And then maybe one day we can all travel, catch up with everyone in different states for, Comic Cons and all that shit. So that's the plan. Mark, can you give away your cat to me?
Who said that? Oh, she's a bit upset with me now. I woke her up. She was asleep on me lap.
It's all right, Sarah. I'm good with my words. I might be able to get Mark to give you that cat.
Thanks
for watching,
mate. I really appreciate it.
Mate.
It was a blast.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Everyone, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Same time, same place. Take care, guys.